At this point in time, in Nigeria, anybody that tries to defend Nigeria in any way is a criminal. I'll prove this, but let me repeat this. At this point in time in Nigeria, anybody that tries to prove that Nigeria has anything good in it is a criminal.
Something that I've been thinking about. This man is accused of cyber crimes, yet he's out there demanding a laptop. Do you see the disconnect there?
By everybody who comes from nowhere.
So we are doing an operation, and what we have just discovered is that there are some cold drinks here in the refrigerator that are expired. So we are taking out all of these products here in the refrigerator, and they are going to be confiscated by JMPD.
Hi, welcome back to another episode right here on the Stable of Life of an African Woman. Guys, a round of applause for me, because today I had to sit down here to look at you in the eyes and make this video, because if I continue to wait for electricity, most times I will not create videos. So that's why most times I run my voice over. And if you are new here, you are highly welcome. It's not an accident or a mistake that you are here. It's the divine plan and arrangement of God. Thank you for coming, and do not make this your last by clicking on the subscription button. Hit on the like button if you do like this video, and for my returning subscribers, thank you for all your love, your support on here. You guys are amazing. Thank you for my South African kings and queens, all citizens of different countries in the continent of Africa. You are the best. I love you, and I will always love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Keeping the love and showing the love. Keep the spirit high and the flag flying. So rep your country in the comment section, because I want a social experiment to know who is watching me, where you're watching me, which country you are from. For your information, I am a Nigerian living in Nigeria, and what I do here is to seek for the growth, the success, development of not just my country, Nigeria, but see how we can unite ourselves as citizens of different countries by exposing the wrong things that we do, we find ourselves doing, especially holding my fellow Nigerians and myself accountable, yes, on the wrong things that we do, the illicit criminal acts we do. In fact, everything that will not really be accepted by other countries, especially Nigerians in the diaspora, foreigners, Nigerians in foreign countries, particularly South Africa, Ghana, and other countries that Nigerians find themselves, because most times it's a painful situation, a very pathetic and sad one to see that when you log on to social media, especially here on YouTube, you see Nigerians being dragged every single day, and you begin to wonder, as a Nigerian with conscience, what crime did I commit? Why am I even a Nigerian? Why should it always be Nigerians? And there are a lot to that. If you have not watched my previous video where I do address most of these situations as such we're about to see today, do well after this video to see them, connect, engage, like, share, and subscribe as well, because today, guys, it's about that time where we really say things the way they are, raw and undiluted, nothing but the bitter and the brutal truth. And this will be me first of reacting to a video that I stumbled on in one of my brother's channel, Zamzi Varsity, right? Shout out to you, bro. And most times I see these videos from my fellow brothers from South Africans, and I'm like, wow, are this what people are dealing with? Or is it my eyes that is paining me? Like, seriously? Because it's the audacity, the boldness, and the courage of some Nigerians, not all, for me. And at this point, I would love to play a video clip that I saw this my young brother reacting to with pain and frustration in his eyes. And I went to the comment section. I saw a lot of sad and very painful comments from South Africans to Nigerians. And I was like, really? Is this what you guys are really dealing with? Right? Let's take a look at this clip.
Something that I've been thinking about. This man is accused of cyber crimes, yet he's out there demanding a laptop. Do you see the disconnect there? Why would you demand a laptop when you are arrested for cyber crimes? Do you think our state is that dumb? So do you think we can arrest a hacker, someone who was scamming people online, and then after we arrest that person, we give him his laptop? I mean, where's the common sense behind that thing? So him shouting there that wants his laptop and things like, what is he going to do with the laptop? What does he want that's inside the laptop? He's arrested now. The laptop is evidence, is a piece of evidence. I mean, you are a cyber criminal, but you are here demanding a laptop. You know, there's a disconnect there. It's something that I really don't understand. Maybe you can explain it to me on the comment section down below. Would a person can be arrested for cyber crime and then demand a laptop? Is that something that should be illegal? Is that something that should be allowed? I don't think so.
I am giving you, Mama. Please.
Listen to me now. What I am saying to you, on the next call city,
You're going to address me on the levels of this case. I won't do that, Your Worship, until the issue of my laptop is resolved. If they don't give me my laptop, if they don't return my laptop to my family, there's no trial that is going to happen, and I'm not going to come to this court for anything. So it shows that you allow Mupedi and his people to torment me, persecute me, intimidate me, and attack me xenophobically. That is what I see here, because they came to you to give you this shit report, and you never even tell me that I should say something about it, Your Worship. Is it fair? For 5 years, this man has been allowed to persecute me. Prove beyond reasonable doubt that this man is corrupt and working with the people persecuting me. Yet, you were going to send people to prison to help me with my laptop issue. You send the same man. For what?
Yeah, ne? The disrespect, the level of entitlement, it's very, very mind-blowing. You know, some of these foreigners here in South Africa do some things that some South Africans only wish of doing. You know, in my entire life, I have seen many court settings here in South Africa. From the most gruesome of criminals, from criminal masterminds like Botabo Bester. I've seen a lot of people in our courts here in South Africa. But this level of disrespect, of swearing. Did you hear what that man said there? Well, I don't want to say it, because YouTube will, yeah. But then you heard what that man said there. Swearing in court. I have never seen such here in South Africa. The level of disrespect towards our court. Now, let me tell you what I know about who that is and what he did. Now, if you can do research on this man, there's not much that you are going to find, except the fact that his name is Abdul Olatunji. Yeah, somewhere there, Abdul Olatunji. Now, this man has been detained here in South Africa since 2019, after he was accused of being a cyber fraudster. So this man allegedly stole 12.4 million rands from South Africans, and he was arrested in 2019. And since 2019, it is said that he hasn't been given a fair trial. Now, that's the only thing that you will find about this man. Maybe if you can go deeper, you will find more. But when I was just doing my surface research, that's what I found out. With this man is Abdul Olatunji, arrested in 2019 for stealing 12.4 million rands. Now, he says he's being falsely accused. His family also came out to say that he has been falsely accused. Now, the thing that he's fighting about is that he hasn't been given a fair trial, the way I understand it. And then it's as if they always postpone his case and things like that just to keep him behind bars. Now, staying behind bars from 2019, now it's 2025, it must be very frustrating for him. That is why maybe he's coming out swearing like that, thinking maybe this is Nigeria and things like that. Maybe he doesn't know our courts here in South Africa. He will be surprised. I'm telling you, this thing is not going to turn out very good for him. It's not going to turn out very good for him. The approach that he took, you can't be disrespectful like this here in South Africa. You don't come from here, but you have the audacity to shout in our courts like that.
I needed to address this first and see what I have to say based on this video clip before we look at other speakers. I don't want to forget anything. Most times when I play all together, I tend to forget so many points that I needed to put out here, right? Now, looking at this, based on what he has said from my research, and I watched till the end, I might not play all the clip here, is a situation of a Nigerian, right, that was caught, or alleged with fraud and was seized of his laptop and other personal belongings, and he's been in prison for I think about approximately almost or over 5 years now, and he was frustrated based on the fact that he has not been granted access to lawyer, he's not been given fair hearing and judgment and all whatnot, and so on and so forth. Now, I am not in South Africa. I do not and cannot really explain in details the laws of South Africa, so my Saudis explain better what the law states, right? And first of all, I would like to say that if this young man was not guilty, I don't think there would be any way he would even be arrested in the first place. And secondly, the gravity of fraud is less, is less regarded compared to what's supposed to be, because if you know and you understand what the law states for my own country, Nigeria, for fraud, for scamming, kidnapping, and all those dangerous crime being committed by most citizens, right, of Nigeria, you will know that it is more than what we are talking about. The gravity is massive, is high. And if you want to look at the way most of them are being handled in the real sense, if they really want to handle them in Nigerian prisons and law firm jurisdiction, you will know that it is a heavy crime that is penalized with so much on it. I might not really want to go into details, right? But looking at the audacity of this young man in the court of law, screaming at the judge, I know he can mean frustrations, but it's the audacity, the guts for me. I know and I believe that this said young man, if the table should turn, cannot do such in the Nigerian court, because the bully alone that most of Nigerian, crime committers face from even the police that will even come to arrest you. They will beat you and beat you to stupor first before even hearing from you or handing you over to the law firm for judgment or whatever. And even there, like I always say, in their prisons is hell upon hell. Now talk more of you even having the audacity. The jungle justice in a nutshell that will be given to you, man. Hey, it will be definitely enough to tell you what you're about to face at the long run, not to talk of having the guts to stand in the law court and talk to the judge like this. It's all shades of wrong, regardless whether he is being found guilty at the end of the day or not. His character attitude even screams and depicts badly behaved attitude and criminal tendency at the long run, that if at the end of the day you dig deep, you will come to realize that yes, there is more to it. And I will say a no to this. I'm happy the South African government is handling this and so many cases as well, which leads us to the next one, which I have been screaming and talking times without number of how illicit, how badly behaved foreigners, particularly Nigerians, not just Nigerians alone, we've got other country nationals, right, in the country who have always taken it upon themselves to disrupt the sanity, the cleanliness, the safety, the peace of South Africa. And you don't expect that no matter what. These people will see things like this that we are about to see and keep quiet. But before I go further, let's take a look at these video clips and I'll be right back.
Infiltrated by everybody who comes from nowhere.
We are doing an operation, and what we have just discovered is that there are some cold drinks here in the refrigerator that are expired. So we are taking out all of these products here in the refrigerator, and they are going to be confiscated by JMPD.
There's no more business. The rents are high, property owners are making money. These people, I pay every month 16,000 rent, and we are not aware this is hijacked building. So today we are aware that this is a hijacked building, and officers and investigation teams came here. They say you must remove, and they give us a chance to remove the stuff.
Firstly, this is a mayoral sanctioned operation, enforcement of bylaws to ensure there's compliance in the city. So we came out here with all the departments, environmental health, DED, Department of Economic Development, Social Development, all of them, they are here, EMS. So we went into this building for compliance, only to find that there's a lot of wrong things in the building here, non-compliance in terms of electricity, water connections, a lot of things, and EMS bylaws and environmental health. So it was declared unsafe, and then the building is declared closed. And when we digged deeper, we only found that the department, this building belongs to Department of Public Works.
With the city of Johannesburg Mayor or whoever is in charge, we are all Africans and we are one. We are all blacks. We care for each other. If I'm illegal and you are dealing with illegality, I don't have anything against. But I'm illegal doing something legally, and you are still telling me out. I don't know what, and I don't know whom to approach.
Well, first of all, is that it's got problems for the city. It causes problems for the city as an administration. That's number one. Number two, the issues around illegal immigration in the country will never stop if we are having buildings like this. So we need to ensure that the buildings are with the rightful owners, and then people who stay here, they are correct, because now we are having businesses that are running inside here. They are selling food. There's a lot of things that are wrong inside that building. So we can't have another. This is a disaster in waiting for the city.
We are here on a high-density operation, service delivery, in Ward 59 and Ward 123. These are the CBD, the inner city wards, where there's a lot of bylaw infringements and all of that. So here, what we're doing, that we have a multidisciplinary operation here that involves building control, EMS, it's EMS, building control. It's your environmental health, JMPD is here, the law enforcement. So they're all here to enforce the bylaw. And also, I mean, there are many people here who are really infringing those bylaws. We've got the nightclubs which are not comply with the bylaws. They don't have any building plan. The place is not even zoned. The place is actually environmental hazard. So we're here to enforce that. So this is part of the operation that is going to be here permanently. So we are issuing a stern warning to all those who are operating without licenses, non-compliances and all of that. They must go to the city and comply. And we're appealing to the informal traders. Please go to the Department of Economic Development and apply for the permit. You can't just sell in any street anything. You need to check the city where is the designated area for the informal traders. We know that informal trading is very important. We support it, but you need to do it the right way. You cannot sell next to the pavements because people have to move up and down. And also when we have to do crime prevention, it gets very difficult because all this pavement becomes congested and all of that. So we are saying to the people, please go to the community development, get a permit, and if you don't understand the bylaws of the city, come to the city, we will teach you. So the lawlessness and anarchy is not going to be allowed at all. And also I feel that all those who have no papers, no asylum, please go to the Home Affairs and ensure that when you're in South Africa, you've got papers. You are documented. You must be documented. There is no excuse on that.
I'm a citizen of this country. No, I'm a citizen of this country. You have a right to ask. I'm a citizen. This is South Africa. And I'm a South African. You are not South African. I am. I'm a South African. How many presidents have I voted here? How many presidents? Yes.
konke nje okwenzakalayo kumdaka kuyenzakala kulezi strata and laba bantu they don't follow i-bylaws zase-South Africa bavala nama-pavement. On top of the pavement you have to go and walk on the street and amateksi ashayisa abantu la estrateni because now they are not safe where they are.
Cause ge motho a fihla mo a sa hlela a re tshwara po motho a screama or re mmona rena re a screama and then batho ba se ba mo latela ka morago ba re vimpa ba moti a gona motho a tshwara go bogana no a go easy mo and nna mo re batho ba go tlhokomela batho ba go tshwara po ne undercover tsa go re kata mo bomo ke a batho ba go tshwara po me ba tshwara di khonentse ngone batho ba re kata ba di undercover.
So this operation is happening from now up until the end of the year. We're not going to be here only once, twice. So we're going to be here honest every single day. People must comply. You have to comply. There's no doubt about that. Court or no court, we are going to ensure that this place is clean because we have to enforce these bylaws. We have to do crime, the prevention. And also the parking. You can see many people here are parking illegal. The taxi rents are illegal everywhere. So this is one of the operations of the city. We are reclaiming the city here.
Johannesburg Mayor or whoever is in charge, we are all Africans and we are one. We are all blacks. We care for each other. If I'm illegal and you are dealing with illegality, I don't have anything against. But I'm legal doing something legally, and you are still telling me out. I don't know what, and I don't know whom to approach.
I'm a citizen.
As a citizen, what's your message?
Citizen of where?
Of Nigeria.
Oh, I was a citizen of Nigeria. Today, I don't want to belong there called Nigeria. I'm an Igbo man, a Biafra, who is determined even to give my life, sacrifice my life for Biafra. Nigeria is no longer Nigeria. This government called Nigeria and Tinubu and his government is vanish upon vanish. No, vanity. Ne? Take Tinubu away and put a prominent person, man who can lead Nigeria. We need a leader, not a ruler. Ne? My people are suffering here. Every day people are dying. Every day people are dying. Of which you, as a journalist, you are aware of that. I called my people today. I say I'm in mortuary. Print my obituary. That is because of Tinubu and his government. I want to go to Nigeria, but I don't want to be deported.
We are here in South Africa. It wasn't our intention. It wasn't our intention to be in South Africa, to be in exile. Whenever we are here, people are coming. South Africa is saying, this is my country, this is my country. You should go, you should do this. Please, this thing I'm saying, I want it to go viral. I want it to go up to even Tinubu himself to hear to what we are saying. They're saying, we Nigeria must go. We Nigeria must go. Do you think there is any place like home? There is no place like home. Everybody loves his home. I personally, had it been in Nigeria, it's okay. I wouldn't have traveled out to anywhere. I can remember 1960s to 70s. You can't see a Nigerian going to another country to hustle. They are going to another country is to go and schooling. They are going for schooling, not going for hustling. Even kids of the country, especially this South Africa, they don't respect elder, they don't respect anybody. Sometimes they will see an elder, they say, if you know your country is good, go back to your country. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to die of hunger. We have people at home. And all those people, we have mother, we have father, we have parents, we have family at home. Do you think that as I'm here, my family are suffering in Nigeria, that I'm happy?
I'm happy to be in South Africa because we face hardship in South Africa, no job, nothing. We are suffering a lot in South Africa. Honestly speaking, if I can see a way to go back home, I'm really gonna do that. I'm not happy in South Africa at all. Thanks once more.
Looking at the current situation of Nigeria, if you're asked to go home right now, would you like to go home to the situation?
Even in 2 minutes now, we go home safe. We bring flights from here.
Are you aware of the hunger that is ravaging the people of Nigeria currently?
Yeah, I'm aware, but there's no place like home.
We gained our independence since 1960, but up to now, I don't think like we are from the look of things, we are not headed to the right direction, because in terms of leadership, there is a failure there. You know, it's not as if Nigeria has not produced great people. We have great people in Nigeria, great individuals. But in terms of leadership, man, I don't know. We allow the least among us to rule over us, and that's why we are still struggling today.
At this point in time, in Nigeria, anybody that tries to defend Nigeria in any way is a criminal. I'll prove this, but let me repeat this. At this point in time in Nigeria, anybody that tries to prove that Nigeria has anything good in it is a criminal. Now listen, I'm so tired of all these. When Nigerians come inside Nigeria, they open their mouth and continue talking about how bad Nigeria is in every ramification. But the moment they see other African countries, they try to pretend. They try to pretend that Nigeria... Anybody, listen. I just had an experience right now, especially in the eastern part of Nigeria. Do you know there is a body that was set up by the government in Enugu State called the MOT or whatever? Now, these people are there to ensure that people do not beat traffic. Of course, their traffic that is up sometimes and down many times, you know, that kind of a thing. So these people were set up by the government to ensure that people don't beat traffic. People have their driver's license and their vehicle license and all those things, you know. Now, do you know what these people do? These people turn from checking whether traffics are beaten or whether there are a number of discrepancies or illegalities in the case of driving to bullying people. What they do now is bully people in situations where the person doesn't beat traffic, but they've looked at you to see that somehow they can bully you into thinking you beat traffic. They will come for you. And once they come for you, they've got no evidence. The next thing is that they will try as much as possible to start pushing you to their office. My people, there are loads of injustice happening in Nigeria. Every segment in Nigeria has no justice in it. And I'm pretty sure that for Nigerians, this thing is a normal thing. But when it comes to Africa, they want to give another impression so that other Africans would not laugh at them. This is exactly the thing I want to stop. So I will keep on exposing the affairs of Nigeria, especially in this platform where other Africans would hear and know about this. So that you as a Ghanaian, you as a South African, you as an Angolan, or wherever in Africa, whenever you see a Nigerian trying to give you the impression that he is Nigerian, you should know that such a person should be walking with his head down. Such a person should be walking with shame, including myself. I am ashamed to represent myself as a Nigerian. I am ashamed to represent myself. I am ashamed to be identified as a Nigerian. Irrespective of the fact that I am so burdened to change this country, but it still does not change the fact, it still does not exonerate the fact that at this point, until proven otherwise, I am ashamed to be regarded as a Nigerian. I don't know whether this thing happens in any other part of Africa. But one thing you have to know in Nigeria is that anybody that has been set up by the government and had been empowered by the government to maybe check irregularities or discrepancies or illegalities. One thing you have to know is that in a very short time, that very body is going to start using that edge that had been given to it by the government to start doing evil. And then someone will come and tell me that the Nigerian problem is with the authority. Someone will come and tell me that that innocent Tinubu there is the problem in Nigeria. I've come to say this, and I've said this right from time, that the problem of Nigeria is from down to up, not from up to down. I can state this beyond every reasonable doubt, that Nigerians as masses are the problem of Nigeria. They are the problem of Nigeria. And until they change their mindset, how can someone that has been suffering under the governance of Nigeria suddenly be given power, and that person turns to start bullying the person that he's been suffering with, to start bullying the person that he's been encountering problems and challenges of the government with? How can? Meanwhile, those challenges we see in our government were instigated, promulgated, and implemented by the masses. Because one of the things you have to know in Nigeria is that Nigerians wake up early in the morning because they want to make money. Nothing else moves them but to make money. These people try to bully people just because they want to take money from you. They want to bully money out of you. If you're not in Nigeria, if you're in Ghana, if you're in South Africa, if you're in Angola, if you're in Kenya, if you're in Cameroon, you don't know how blessed you are. You don't know your blessing. You don't know it. You don't know your blessing. Thank you so much.
Wow. That's a lot going on there. That's a lot going on there. And if you see the reactions from these people, you will actually want to see that some of them are frustrated at the end of the day, because they are not even happy and comfortable doing what they are doing, but they find themselves stubbornly doing it as though they don't have any choice. But they do, you do, because at the end of the day, the law of a country still remains the law of a country. You can never change it. You as a foreigner cannot go to a country and tell them how you want to live your life there, even though it doesn't sit well with them. Where is that being done? And have we ever, like I will always say, see South Africans, because this has to do with South Africans, right, come to Nigeria and do businesses as such? Look at how gullible, irritating, and disgusting that environment was for me to even watch. Talk more of people who live there. And this is how, like I will always say, nothing but the truth. Most cities, most places in Nigeria have been turned to Egypt. Go to Lagos, come to some part of Port Harcourt, you will see it. Go to other cities, you will see it. They literally do not abide to laws, to rules and regulations on how things should be done, businesses should be carried out, because of the truth. This is an eyesore. It's an eyesore. It's uncalled for crying out loud. And yes, they're saying that they are tired. If they have the opportunity, they will go home. It's enough reason to tell you that that place is jam-packed, is overcrowded, and you are frustrating the situation the more. Like I will always say, and you guys rightly said, home is home. There's no place like home. Why don't you carry this energy, like this strength, back home? Let's fix our country. Let's fix our country. This is all shades of wrong for you to be operating and doing in other people's country, for God's sake. Like, if I scream, it doesn't change anything. So it's frustrating enough for me to even be seeing this oftentimes in other people's country. This is not just to South Africa. You know, go to Ghana, the closest in West Africa to us. What these people most times do there, guys, it's appalling. I think Chimbi would have enlightened us and told us a thing or two of what we needed to hear, because you see, when people like us talk, lament, cry, it's coming from a place of love, the love we have for our country, how we want our country to be, and how we want our people as Nigerians to behave. I am very shocked and surprised to even know that South Africans are the way they are. Pure before now, guys, this is a confession. I never knew that South Africans are this lawful, law-abiding, and lovely, compassionate, you know, calm, slow to anger, easy to love people, accept people, as I have seen today. Ordinarily, like most people will always say, when they hear the name South Africa, a lot of things come through their mind. This was me way back years ago, but today, this is me telling the story from a different perspective, from a different angle, knowledge and understanding, because I have not even been to South Africa. And look at the manner and level of understanding, love, reasoning, compassion, like the connection, the bond I feel between me and South Africans. A few days ago, I was in my room. Sorry to digress, but I needed to say this here. I was reading through my comments in the comment section, and I felt love. I felt love in a way that I have never felt all my life. Like the manner of love I felt from South Africans, just reading through those comments, it melted my heart. Let me not lie. Like, you know, this feeling where you're newly in love in a relationship, the butterflies in your stomach. Guys, it was so real, from male and female, like men and women from different races that are South Africans. Gosh, I was like, and this is the South Africans that I've been hearing. You guys seem to really, really amaze me and surprise me every passing day of my life, because the more I dig deep, like I said, the better I understand. And I cannot be that one person that will say, I will see all these things that I have not even been to South Africa, and I will join the bandwagon to say trash, to talk down on South Africans or any other country that I have not even experienced. Like they always say, experience is the best teacher. The one I'm experiencing online is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. And I will say, what is too difficult for Nigerians, if they should even think, act and reason like I do and my brother Chimley, to understand you people as South Africans, that this is your yes and this is your no, these are your likes, these are your dislikes. What is difficult doing that? It's still this stubborn-headedness of most Nigerians that keeps this whole rivalry, back and forth, disagreement, dispute over there, especially the ones that are there, choking people up, choking you guys up. And personally, I do not like such kind of behavior. You see, if you come to me, if you're close to me and you don't understand me, you don't want to understand me, you don't want to listen to me, the things I like, and we will definitely have issues. And that's why I always say it. I don't associate or flow with so many people as a Nigerian to Nigerians, right? Because it's draining. It's frustrating enough being a Nigerian. What our leaders, like you rightly heard, are dealing with us every single day. It's no news. It's not hidden. It's open on the internet. In reality, it's nothing to hide. So when I get comments like, you're coming here to expose yourself because of stomach infrastructure, look at me very well from head to toe. Do I look hungry to you? Like, even if I'm hungry, should I sell my conscience for how much? If saying the truth is what will definitely take me before my time, I don't mind, but I know that I'm not going nowhere. I will live and live as long as God has dedicated for me to live, to do the work that He has sent me, both in reality, online, and no matter where I find myself. Because of a truth, this is really heartbreaking to see that Nigerians would not want to learn. Why are we so stubborn? Why are we so stubborn? Why are we like this? To the point that it gets to this point as a mess for us. So, in a nutshell, I would definitely say that we still have a lot to learn, and South Africans will not stop being South Africans, right? Just as they are peaceful, loving, law-abiding, caring, and compassionate, empathetic, love for humanity, and on, they still are humans that are running with flesh and blood, and they will not, for any reason, want to take chances when you, as a foreigner, whether Nigeria, particularly Nigeria or not, come to do these kind of things in their country. And if you say you're a South African by naturalization, by whatsoever, why don't you learn from them and do the things that they want you to do? It's as simple as that. Or better still, come back home. Let's build that country. I can't count how many Nigerians are out there in the diaspora, in South Africa, in other countries. I can't count it at this point. And as we speak, so many people are still living. It goes on and on. So God's sake, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Dear Nigerians and fellow citizens of other countries, let's learn to respect our laws, respect ourselves. Respect is reciprocal. When you disrespect yourself, people will disrespect you. There are more to it. If you go in details, if you have any information, leave them. You will see that there are more to what we've seen. And with that, I will say, keep up the good work. You South Africans, keep up the good work. Let your law enforcement agent continue to carry out actions like this until thy kingdom comes, right? Forever. That's your country. You own it, you manage it, you build it till the end of time. And let's learn how to go back home and build us as Nigerians as much as we should and we can. And that's where I'm going to draw the line, because a lot has been said, and I will throw the ball open for each and every one of us to drop our input, our opinions, and objectives as the case may be. And let's talk in the comment section. This is me, your girl Tando, aka Victoria Chinyere, aka whatsoever name you find befitting to call me. Do let me know in the comment section, and please do me one thing and one thing only: hit on the like button, share this video, and if this is your first time here, don't make it your last. Subscribe to be a part and parcel of this family. Exactly. And yes, thank you for the love. You see, you guys, I'm in love. When I tell you I'm in love, I love so deeply. This is the love that God has instructed, that we love one another. And the love is deep. The love is so real. Every single day I wake up to you guys. No matter the platform, I fall deeply in love with each and every one of you as citizens of South Africa, particularly, and other countries like Ghana, Kenya, and Cameroon. In fact, literally, I love every human being that is law-abiding, peaceful, loving, cheerful, and caring. I love you as long as you know that you are on the right path. Okay, let's learn to live peacefully, do the right things, and coexist peacefully in unity, in love, and in oneness. And by so doing, the continent of Africa will be the best place ever. And we will stand as one formidable force in the continent of Africa that will define the world, define the globe, no matter where we find ourselves, right? And yes, that is it for today. Keeping it real, happy, safe, and blessed. Until I will see you in my next one. Ciao, ciao. Mwah.